we've been talking a lot about infrastructure investment in rural areas that will bring jobs to rural areas, because we have to install, say, wind turbines, or we have to reforest large areas, or we need biofuels that are helping the environment. And this transition will not be able to do if we don't bring the large areas of and the many voters that are in rural areas, and many of who are dependent on the carbon economy at the moment, if we don't bring them along. I mean, there's a very interesting parallel in the US, for example. When you look at the outcome of the last elections, the divide between, for example, Republicans and Democrats is not only between, say, cities and rural areas, it's also between economies and counties that are major, that are largely dependent on the carbon economy, or areas that are more dependent on knowledge economies.
But if we're serious about climate change and we're serious about needing to draw down CO2 emissions as quickly as possible, we need to use our existing infrastructure. And we have a massive infrastructure of natural gas, both in the United States and globally. When you look at it from a global perspective, we simply don't have the time to rebuild all of our energy infrastructure. We need to use what we have today, and we need to use it as cleanly and efficiently as possible. And so we see that as the main driver. We don't have the luxury of waiting until all this new infrastructure is built before we start reducing our CO2 emissions. We need to do that today. It's been very exciting to see, I think, a realization that in order to really deeply decarbonize our ecosystem, we need tools like hydrogen. And I think that realization about the importance of chemical fuels, low carbon chemical fuels, has been something that we've really benefited from as a society, in terms of understanding the challenges and the opportunities that has.